Right. Okay, so just to start with, what today's webinar is going to cover is selling clothing on the internet and the various ways that you can use technology to get the most out of the services that you're currently offering to clients, to make sure that you maximize the profit you can get from selling clothing. And obviously this will relate to other product lines that you can do, but we'll concentrate on the clothing section. In the invite that I'd sent out, I said I wanted to cover a few different areas. So these are the main areas that the majority of people will be involved in. So either there will be, like I've described it, as print-on-demand products. So these are products where there is a specific design setup that the usually general public, business-to-consumer type websites, where they're going to buy the finished designed product. There will be promotional clothing items and also personalised clothing items. Personalised items are more, for example, this one is a stag night t-shirt, which you can then personalise with your own name. There could be other ones that have photo upload images, etc., which I'll show you examples of shortly. And then there is the uniform section, where we have, if it's a corporate scheme that you set up for a client, where there is a set range of products, whether there are one-off uniform requirements that you offer a stock range of clothing that can be used as a uniform for staff, which you could then brand online and buy. And then there are general workwear items which could be stocked, and rather than sending artwork in, how people can place their order and upload their artwork onto the products online. So these are the areas that I want to try to cover. So starting off with an American website, Zazzle, one of the largest online personalized product sites that are out there in the hundreds of millions of dollars a year category. So they have a massive range of clothing items. As you can see, these are just some of the sections that they're offering, as do Cafe Press, a very similar sort of idea, but this is obviously on the business to consumer level. Now, the traditional problems with stocking and retailing finished clothing items has always been the investments that you would have in machinery, in stock, and in warehousing. And to maximize your return on any investment like this, you need to minimize the cost to you for producing the finished item to get it to the consumer, whether it is one t-shirt for a stag night or whether it is a range of uniforms for a particular client that you work with on a regular basis. So these particular companies, they produce the goods as the orders are placed. So it is a print-on-demand service. We have a client of ours who has a set range of clothing items set up for a health chain called Lifestyle Fitness. So their staff, as they need to order uniforms, can basically go onto this client site. They can see the set range of clothing items that are here, none of which have needed to be produced to create the website or the store for the staff to log into. These are all virtual samples. So if I click into one of the staff members needs, for example, one black t-shirt, it will load our personalization app, which is just loading now. It is loading the pre-designed t-shirts. So this is the agreed range with the client. So you can see exactly what the clothing items are going to be. And then there is a fixed range of additional branding which can be added. So here we have some artwork for an exercise coach, which they can load onto the product. And then when they've got the details that they need, they can select the size that they need, and then they can click add to cart. And as that goes into the cart, once the payment has been confirmed, that will then generate an order at our client, who is the manufacturer and who works for Lifestyle Fitness. So what they don't need to do is they don't need to have a stock of all of these products produced, taking up warehousing, the cost in the printed stock sitting on the shelf, that doesn't exist. If they could have the similar clothing items set up for various different clients, they could just have a stock of blank items in stock waiting for orders to be generated. Now, A different side of this is on the personalised products site. So this is a website called giftpup.com. In their clothing section, they have a massive range, but all of these designs, whether it is for a stag night or whether it is whatever type of clothing item it is, none of these items have been produced. This particular shirt might never have been printed. It's just a design which has been uploaded onto a template. The customer can see exactly what they're going to get, and then they can add their own branding, they can add their own images onto it, and then they can add their own text to personalise the product and add it into the cart. So all of these different sites, including another one here for a company called Printed Wardrobe, who's a client of ours, they have certain licenses for designs, which is another angle. If you have a license for a design range, whether it might be DC Comics or Wall's ice cream range, could be anything. If you've got the license for the imagery, you can create a store that people can buy the garments from without having to produce any of the garments before you've actually sold any of them, which is the important part, because the cost on the warehousing to keep a range of clothing can be prohibitive to actually making any money on producing the items. Now, the actual software itself that we use is our personalised software. So I have a couple of examples of how products are set up here. So this particular t-shirt has been set up so that it has a front and a back view. So and it has a predetermined print area. This product has been set up by myself. I'm not a graphic designer, but I took a photograph from the internet. I've masked the colour area so I can change the colours. You can change these so that these can be set up to whatever colour range you want. So bear in mind, this could be a personalised t-shirt as a one-off. It could be a uniform item where you have pre-set up graphics on the items so that the customer has a predetermined range of items that they can buy. And it gives you the functionality of being able to add the text that you require. So Ian's t-shirt. Or you can upload images. So we can now upload from Facebook, from Instagram, from Google+. So if I just click on here to upload an image, it will load up onto the front. So if I put for example, Get Me 3D logo on, that will load onto the print area. I'll just skate around that one. We have a different view of the product on here. So if I continue where I was earlier, so if I just load an image, as you can see here, we can load from the computer, from Facebook, from Google+ or Instagram. So if I load from the computer, if I say put this Microsoft logo on, that will load onto the front of the shirt, just due to the shape of the way that the product is set up. So we can shrink this down so it fits across the front of the shirt. I can position this, I can drag and drop to wherever is appropriate. Now, once I've selected the correct colour of the garment that I need, whatever it might be, if that was the colour scheme that was going to be bought, this could be a corporate customer for a promotional products distributor on their website, selecting a product for a promotional item. So this could be someone who's going to buy 500 t-shirts. They've uploaded the logo onto the product, selected the colour, and then they click Add to Cart. So as they click Add to Cart, what this actually does in the back end of our software is it generates the artwork files. So if I go through to the back end system now and just refresh the page, these are some products which were produced earlier. So if I just go to the order manager, we can now see that an order has been received for, here's a snapshot of the t-shirt. So this is the manufacturing end. So you have the customer ordering the shirt on the front end of your site. This could be in Printed Wardrobe, this could be within GiftPup, it could be a lifestyle fitness uniform item. If the orders are to be sent through to your particular production facility, then this will be the print queue of orders which come through. So as this order has loaded, I can click into the details of the order, and once the details have been added, you will basically get the billing address here, you will get the customer's shipping address, you can specify the shipping method, the courier that's used, the tracking ID, the status of the order, as that the order has been received. It will talk to the payment provider to make sure that the payment has been taken. At the moment, it will take about 5 to 10 minutes for the artwork to generate from here, because it shows you the snapshot immediately, but by the time you've actually got to the production of the job, then the artwork will have been generated, so you can run that directly through to your output device. For this would probably be set up as a direct-to-garment print. If I just go back to the order manager to see one of the previous orders, so if I go down to, so this one here, if I go into the order, it will give me a delivery note. So this is pre-printed, so this will set up all of the, so this can be just printed off, and this is the delivery note, which can have your header at the top. Oh, I just closed the wrong thing. 1 second. Right, in the order manager, go down to one of the previous jobs. This is a bag that somebody has created before. So I'll go into the order manager. What this will actually do at the bottom is it will generate the artwork that's been created onto the product. So this artwork can be fed directly into your output device, whether it is a direct-to-garment print or whether it is a traditional screen print. You could do the artwork separation from this artwork which has been received. So it is entirely dependent on how you want to set up the products. So the intention of today was to go through the usual things that people have had or problems that people have had in the past of trying to sell products and clothing online. You have the description of the products, and from sites like Zazzle and other retail sites, you have a massive range of products which are here, but now you don't need to stock any of these items. You can produce all of the items as they're required. So actually what you're doing is you're maximizing the profit that you can make, because you are only producing goods that are actually sold. Our print management software, you can set the products up exactly how you want, in the colorways that you want, in the sizes that are available, and assign all the attributes to them that are specific to the products in the way that you want to sell them. You can add customers' logos, like this one for lifestyle fitness. You can set a range of products up so it can work for a particular client. And whether you do the fulfillment or not, you can have the orders shipped specifically to whichever fulfillment house is going to do the production for you. So if you just have a website and you're using a range of different fulfillment houses, the orders will go specifically to the fulfillment house for each product. If you do the fulfillment in-house, obviously this goes through to your production department, where they can handle all the orders, produce them, whether it might be one t-shirt or whether it's an order for 500 embroidered polo shirts. The principle is exactly the same. The order comes through, you can track the order, you can generate the artwork, and you can feed the artwork through to your production output machine, whether it's screen printed, whether it be direct to garment, whether it be embroidery, or whether it be transfers. All of the artwork and the tracking of the order can be followed through this system, so this is a very efficient workflow system. So this is the way that we see that the whole sort of clothing industry is going. There's still obviously a massive market for screen printing, but this facility can still be used for the production of whatever type of clothing item it is that you're concentrating your sales on. So they were the main points that I wanted to cover today. If we have any questions from anyone who wants to set anything up for me to go through, then I'm more than happy to answer them. So I'll just leave it for a few minutes to see if any questions generate. But by all means, feel free to contact us. My email address is just ian@gateway3d.com if you have any questions, if you want to know any further information about how the software could be utilized within your organization. So it doesn't appear that we've got any questions that have come through, but I'll be sending through a link for everybody at the end of the webinar, so that you, if you have any questions, you can come back to me after that point. Okay, well, there doesn't appear to be any questions that have come through, so I'll be in contact with everyone who's been at the webinar just to see if you have any questions, and thank you for attending, and hopefully we'll speak to you soon.